Vooka Breakfast Show, and it is a wonderful Thursday morning. And lucky for us today, the sun is out and the birds are singing. I hope you guys are doing amazing and obviously okay, and making sure that we always give you that daily dose of positivity for a perfect, energetic start to the day. To those who don't know me and those who know me, I go by the name of Afriberry, also known as Miss Berry Blaze. And obviously, if you're not tuning to us via YouTube or via our YouTube channel, then I hope you are definitely listening to us on the Underground Radio app, which is available on iOS for Apple users and a Play Store for Android users. Now, guys, as you know, we always bring you amazing things that have to do with places that you could go to in and around South Africa for those wonderful family vacations or maybe solo dates. And today we are covering the one and only most iconic Gold Reef City. Now, Gold Reef City is one of Johannesburg's most iconic attractions, blending history, entertainment, and pure adrenaline. Built on the site of an old gold mine, the park takes visitors back to thrilling days of gold rush while offering modern fun for the whole family. Step inside and you'll find more than 30 rides, from heart-stopping roller coasters to gentle family favorites. The Tower of Terror and the Anaconda are legendary among thrill seekers, while the 4D theater and themed experiences keep younger guests entertained. But Gold Reef City isn't just about rides. It's also a living museum of Johannesburg's mining heritage. Visitors can descend into a real mine shaft, watch gold being poured, and discover how the precious metal shaped the city's history. Add that to your vibrant casino and live shows with wide range of restaurants, and you've got a destination that truly offers something for everyone. Whether you're chasing thrills, exploring history, or simply looking for a fun day out, Gold Reef City delivers unforgettable memories. It's a place where Johannesburg's past meets its playful present, and adventure keeps locals and tourists coming back for more. Right now, we're taking a short break, and after that, we're coming back with your news, sports, and traffic update.
I'm okay just the way I am. I'm okay with what I do. 지금이 들어도 상관없는데 이 끝이 없는 조언들 너만한 necessity. 고맙지만 고맙지 않은데 you know I don't want to know. I don't want no more, no more. I don't want to know. Gotta get up now. Gotta get up now. I don't have to know. Gotta get up now. Get up, yeah. Everybody says 나의 꿈을 찾아. Right here, right now. Yeah.
Welcome back, South Africa. Now let's get you those news headlines. On our first headline, John Hlophe reinstated as MK Party Deputy President. Dr. John Hlophe has been reinstated as Deputy President of the Umkhonto weSizwe Party after an internal investigation cleared him of wrongdoing. The party says the probe found no evidence to support allegations made against him. Hlophe had been reinstated from his leadership, had been suspended from his leadership role while the matter was being investigated. MK Party leaders say the decision follows legal advice and internal consultations. Hlophe will also return as the party's parliamentary leader with immediate effect. On your second news headline, wage deadlock raises Easter transport fears. Wage talks between the South African Transport and Aligned Workers Union, SATAWU, and employers have reached a deadlock. The union says the certificate of non-resolution has been been issued opening the door for protest action. Satau has warned that this could disrupt transport services during the busy Easter weekend. The dispute affects key transport sectors and could impact commuters and holiday travelers. The union says workers are demanding fair wage increases, while employers argue costs are too high. No final agreement has been reached yet. On your third news headline, we shall all die, Mkhwanazi speaks on political killings. KwaZulu-Natal Police Commissioner Lieutenant General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi says he spoke the truth about political killings, knowing it could cost him his life. Appearing before the parliament, Mkhwanazi said fear would not stop him from exposing corruption and interference in investigations. He admitted the risk to himself and his family, but said death is inevitable for everyone. His comments highlight the dangerous environment facing officers who investigate political murders and deep challenges confronting South Africa's criminal justice system. Now heading over to your sports news headlines. On your first sports headline, Mokoena breaks silence on Algeria arrest and fine. Rolando Mokoena has explained what led to his arrest in Algeria, where he was detained over allegations of carrying undeclared foreign currency. The former Mamelodi Sundowns coach confirmed that the incident happened at an airport and was later resolved through the legal system. A court handed him a suspended sentence and a fine. Mokoena says the situation has been dealt with and insists there is no criminal intent. He has since moved on from the matter and thanked those who supported him during the ordeal. On your second sport headline, Senegal reject CAF ruling, vow to fight AFCON title losses. Senegal have vowed to fight the AFCON's decision to strip them of the CAF's decision to strip them of their AFCON title. The ruling follows Senegal's walk-off during the final against host Morocco after a disputed late penalty. CAF later awarded the title to Morocco, calling the Senegal's actions a breach of competition rules. Senegal's Football Federation has labeled the decision unfair and says it will appeal to the Court of Arbitration for Sport. The move has sparked major debate across African football. On your third sports headline, Sundowns take control of the Premiership title race. Mamelodi Sundowns have taken control of their Betway Premiership title race after beating Murumo Gallants 3-1 at Loftus. Kinyo Cupido gave Sundowns an early lead before Gallants equalized through a first half penalty by Ndlondlo. Sundowns dominated the second half, with Teboho Mokoena scoring twice to secure all 3 points. The win moves Sundowns 2 points. The move moves Sundowns 2 points clear at the top of the standings, strengthening their push for another league. Now that's all for your news and sports headlines. We'll be taking a short break, and then after that we're coming back with your traffic, markets, and weather update.
What's poppin'?
The favorite morning crew
on the Vooka
Breakfast Show.
Let's go.
What's up, fam? You chilling with your boy Moeketsi Maimane, aka
Max for maximum temperature.
I am the son of Mother Nature.
Let's go.
Famous Naomi P. Umkabayi Gamakusazana.
Hang out with myself, the one and only MOOCEE list. My name is Moocee list. On the Vooka Breakfast Show.
Yeah, stepping in the spot like she own it. Looking like the world is your runway. She can set it off like a gunplay. Oh my, yeah. Talk of the city with that body. Always getting praised like it's Sunday. She said, baby, what you gonna do about it? Loving your vibe, girl. That energy got me going. Yeah, that vibrant. I wanna know if you can give me the keys to your heart, baby. All I need is you. All I need is you. Ewe muleji, you right next to me. Moji mule na vanemia yila, vanemia yila. Ewe muleji, mami venaki. Moji mule na vanemia yila, vanemia yila. She says she need me like heartbeat. Drive me the bed like a RV. Hugging the curves on that body. She bring the heat like wasabi. Promise not to test your heart. We just can't be kept apart. Yeah, yeah. Baby, you the best by far. Always go the extra mile. Yeah, yeah. All I need is you. All I need is you. Ewe muleji, you right next to me. Moji mule na vanemia yila, vanemia yila. Ewe muleji, mami venaki. Moji mule na vanemia yila, vanemia yila. Loving your vibe, girl. That energy got me going. It's my baby. That thing so vibrant. Keys to your heart, baby girl. Ewe muleji, you right next to me. Moji mule na vanemia yila, vanemia yila. Ewe muleji, mami venaki. Moji mule na vanemia yila, vanemia yila.
Welcome back. Now let's get you nice and safe over there on the roads with your traffic update. Starting off in KZN, there's a crash on the N3 northbound after Kwamashu. Middle lane obstructed, expect delays. And then there's also a stationary truck on the northbound after the MV. Edwin Swells, middle lane obstructed. Please also expect delays there. And then there's also roadworks on the N2 bi-directional at EB Batlu. Restricted lanes, drive carefully. Heading over to your Gauteng traffic update, there's a stationary vehicle on the N1 northbound at New Road, but now it is clear. And then there's also a crash on the N3 northbound at Elands. Middle lane has closed. Please do also expect delays. There's also congestion on the N3 southbound between Elands. All lanes are closed. Also, please expect heavy delays on that one. Also heading over to your weather update. Johannesburg is standing at 15 degrees Celsius with clear skies. Cape Town is standing at 18 degrees Celsius with few clouds. And then we'll also have Durban standing at 24 degrees with some broken clouds. To Pretoria standing at 17 degrees with clear skies. And then we also do have Bloemfontein standing at 13 degrees. Expect a bit of fog over there. Soweto is at 15 degrees Celsius with clear skies. And finishing it off with Khayelitsha standing at 18 degrees with Celsius with an overcast of clouds. And then I'll also heading over to your markets. The dollar is standing at 16 Rand 88 cents. The Great British Pound is standing at 22 Rand 48 cents. The Euro is standing at 19 Rand 42 cents. The Japanese Yen is standing at 11 cents. Australian dollar at 11 Rand 91 cents. Chinese Yuan standing at 2 Rand 45 cents. And for everybody out there trying to get themselves some beautiful gold, they can also they'll be expected to spend around 43,500. And then for Brent crude oil, it'll be standing at 1,550. For Bitcoin lovers, always making sure they always secure the investment, expect to spend 1,250,000 for one Bitcoin. But as you know that I never travel alone, we always do have some amazing people in studio, and I'm talking about my amazing people that I actually work with. And today I am here on the table with the one and only Mr. B. How are you doing, sir?
It's good, Afriberry. Hey, Vooka Nation. Let's get some music in the background, just to kickstart the show. But I'm good. Happy Thursday. We talk all things spirituality on Thursday, family and all of that.
Yes.
But yeah, personally, I'm doing good. Can't really complain. Love the weather. I've been having some rest, like proper rest, the past few days. But yeah, I'm doing good. Thanks for asking.
No, that's amazing. I'm glad that you're doing good. And you know, one thing that I always love about life is that life is pretty amazing and fantastic. Now imagine if being schooled by a toddler. You think that you know everything in life and that you know everything that is still yet to come, but then your toddler comes and is like, hey, no, let me put you to school. Let me teach you what's happening with the ones and twos, because you definitely do not know a single thing. Now that's something that we'll definitely be discussing right now, because sometimes you spend weeks teaching a toddler how to behave. You repeat it calmly, patiently, and daily. Then one day they use your exact words on you. Now tell me, Mr. P, have you ever been schooled by someone who still needs help tying on their shoes?
Yeah, so this happened to me, I think it was a month ago, where I've been teaching my daughter, things here and there, but one in particular was littering. So she knows that one is not supposed to throw litter on the floor or anywhere that you go, right? So this one day, I don't know what I was throwing, but then I threw something, and then she looked at me and said, Daddy, no, this is wrong.
Practice what
then,
you preach.
At that moment, that's when I had like a proud moment mixed with embarrassment. Okay, that one thing that I taught you now, I'm being schooled by my little one. So yeah, it's something I experienced, and I think it's something that will take place more often than not, right? So if I say, look, you need to drink water every day, I think she'll come to me in future and say, Daddy, you're drinking too much fizzy drinks. Drink water, things like that. But it's something I am experiencing. So it's both satisfying to know that, hey, this is a critical thinker, right? And yeah, I'm happy about that.
Oh, that's amazing. Hey, but just like you did say, it is kind of embarrassing when they actually turn your words against you and you're like, oh, snap. I actually told them to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but then I'm doing the opposite direction. Now, picture this. It's been a long day. You're rushing out of the door and you slightly lose your cool. Suddenly, a tiny voice looks up at you and says, use your calm voice. We don't shout. The same sentence, the same tone, the same lesson you taught them last week. Now, this is also something that I've also learned with my son, because I tend to also lose my cool every now and then. It's like, and I'm like, okay, let's go sit down and have a proper civilized conversation. But it is a nice thing to also learn about, because it has its equal parts. It's also hilarious and humbling, because in that moment you realize they aren't just listening, they were actually learning.
Yeah, I mean, these young ones are sponges, they take in everything. So whether we tell them or we demonstrate, they'll just pick it up, right? So you see that during those critical ages, that's when they tend to mimic and copy the parents or anyone that's around them. So I usually tell people, guys, just be careful about what you do in front of your little ones, so that's the one thing I've seen, that they're never too young to absorb. So make sure you are critical, and also when you do reprimand them, just know that one day it might just come back. So I'll give you an example. I'm chilling with the daughter of my friend, and she's a teenager, she's grown, and every single time I sit down, I learn something new. Uncle B, do you know this person? I'm like, who's that? No, it's 1, 2, and 3. Like, she plugged me or introduced me to this other comedian, Josh Johnson, and I didn't know Josh Johnson. And then all of a sudden, after she told me about it, I don't know how, but then I start seeing Josh Johnson on my YouTube feeds. I'm like, hey, these devices are listening. But every single time, whether it's words, like she knows, these complex, intricate words. And yeah, man, she's the one that went to the debate. So she's very smart. She's intelligent. Ooh. And for a 17-year-old, like, yeah, girl, you're too smart. So I learn every single time from the little ones. So I've created this thing, Jay, in my mind that, look, no matter how young, I can always learn something from these little ones.
And most definitely, because the educational system, besides what we also teach them as parents, is forever evolving. Now, right now, I'll be clocking in the perspectives and objectives. and observation, sorry about that. So child development experts often say toddlers learn more from what we model than what we explain.
Absolutely.
And moments like this actually prove it.
Absolutely. I'm a walking, talking witness. I've seen it.
That's true, because I think for me, I've seen it more in my baby brother. When apparently we have the same personality. So if I become stubborn at that moment, then he's also going to be doing this very same thing that I'm doing at that moment, which is something that I probably need to turn down a notch. But some parents also find it adorable. At least it means it's working. Others feel exposed. Wow. So this is how I actually sound, because now you are getting somebody actually mimicking what you were doing. That's why they say that sometimes you definitely need to practice what you preach.
I mean, if you take offense, if a little one reprimands you or calls you to order, then there's something seriously wrong about you. Because if you umntwana and you don't listen, then I don't know, there's no hope for you. But also, right, and for the leaders and parents alike, it's a reminder that influence isn't about authority, it's about setting a example, right? So right is right, regardless of whether you are young
Or old?
or older, but right is right?
Yes,
Right.
most definitely. And the wrong
Right.
is wrong. So accepting lessons for somebody who's much more tiny than you is not a sin and should never be considered an embarrassment, because they'll always open up our eyes to something new that we never actually even thought about learning. And another thing is that for leaders and parents alike, it's a reminder that influence isn't about authority, it's about example.
Yeah.
Set the
absolutely.
example.
Absolutely. Do you lead by example?
I
Like for
try.
example, if the kids in your circles do what you do, would you be happy? I wouldn't be.
I wouldn't be. For example, there's some things that I don't do in front of my kid, my little brother, or even the kids on my street, because I know that that's something that I do not want them to follow in my footsteps.
Like what?
You know that one day. So there's some things that I do that are grown-ish, that I do that I don't want to expose kids to, even if it's a teenager.
But do you think they don't know that you do these things?
Yeah,
They don't.
because they never see me do it.
Okay.
So I keep it very separate.
Now, I
But
hear you,
otherwise,
I
when
hear
it
you.
comes to being goofy, laughing, and maybe just a bit of awkward dancing,
I mean-
then I do it proudly in front of them, because I want to let them know that be you. It doesn't matter if people are watching. If you feel like dancing, dance.
Because, these guys, they absorb everything, right? Even the wrong that we do. But anyway, here's a question for the Vooka Nation, right? How proud are you when your toddler or the toddler of your siblings repeat your own rules back to you? So let us know on a scale of 1 to 10, how proud are you when they do absolutely that? And then with the hands up moment, has a child ever corrected you using your own words? Also let us know in the comments below. Yep.
Definitely let us know in the comments below, because we want to know what are those most embarrassing moments. What are those most embarrassing moments that you have that have ever put you on the spotlight and you're like, you know what, but I taught this person not to do this and now they are turning the wheels against me. It's not an easy thing to actually accept, especially when you're being reprimanded by somebody who's deaf, who doesn't even reach your hips, and they're probably down on your knees when it comes to their height. But otherwise, accepting lessons from little people, or our little youngs, or our little ones, is something that we need to accept, because sometimes we definitely need to make sure that we actually practice what we preach. We really do have to do that. For example, with my son, he knows that you don't talk back, because I also don't do that to my grandmother or my mom. If I get reprimanded, I keep quiet, like I don't even know anything to say. I know that.
But the
deep
attitude,
down,
though, the attitude, as much as, look, you keep quiet, but yeah, the attitude behind that, you're probably screaming and fuming inside. But anyway, topic for another day.
yeah, at that moment I probably am, but I guess it's my grandmother, so I can't. So I'm like, okay, you know what? Let her finish. After finishing, I'll just go to the bathroom, scream, and then come back like nothing ever happened. So right now we're taking a quick break, and after that we're coming back with more exciting things because we have a whole lot of things that are still planned out for you that will be happening and things that we're still yet to discuss. I mean, like, what other things don't you know about, especially when it comes to the hot take? Because my hot take is something that I actually kind of love. It has everything.
Forward to it.
I'm also looking forward to it, especially for somebody who doesn't have a degree. And now we'll speak of people who have degrees. Is it actually beneficial in this day and age that we live in? Is it a must? But it's something that will actually come back to actually debunk and talk more about it, because you never know, hey? Some people are still telling you that education is the key.
Yeah.
But does it always unlock each and every single door that you want to go to?
Yeah, well, we'll discuss it and find out. But in the last, how many minutes do we have? 2 minutes, right? I had prepared a game. 2 minutes, yeah? 3 minutes, all right. There's a game called Lie to Me, right? So you answer the question in an opposite way. So if I ask you, what's your gender? You'll say...
Oh, I'm female. Oh, male, okay. So it's basically a white...
lie. You need to lie, right?
So we're doing a white collar lie.
You also... taking part in this one, right? So I'm going to ask you questions and you're going to have to answer it opposite, or you're going to have to lie. So here's the first one. Afriberry, what did you have for breakfast this morning?
Oh, I had cornflakes.
Cornflakes, awesome. And then, KK, who was the last celebrity you had coffee with?
Myself.
I think you're being truthful there. Remember, the game is you need to lie.
Lie.
Okay. Cool. We'll come back. So, what's the strangest job you've ever had?
Working as a plumber.
Okay. And then, KK, where did you go on holiday the last weekend?
Mauritius.
Afriberry, what's the secret talent you've been hiding from us?
I know how to do math.
Also. KK, what is the name of your pet? Paula, okay. Afri, who taught you to dance?
My neighbor.
Your neighbor, okay. And then the last two, what's the most expensive thing you've bought this morning?
My ring.
Most expensive?
Yes.
Okay. And then KK, which country did you rule as president?
Botswana.
Okay, cool.
So you ruled Botswana. Me, I even like the whole fact of pet name. Pet name, I think, Bola. Imagine having a pet name by the name of Bola. Is it Bola? Is like rotten? Or...
Bola, it's a Portuguese name meaning soccer ball.
I know we get that. So right now we'll be coming back with some amazing treats following everything that has happened throughout history and beyond. And we cannot wait to teach you more about that, because there's always something exciting when it comes to the different historical events. And I know with birthday celebration, I actually have somebody that I'm celebrating today. So I cannot wait to share that person. Oh, I still need to send the picture. But I cannot wait to also hear about the birthday celebrations that we have. The birthday celebrations that we have, because we know that it's people's birthday months. It's people's birthday weeks. So we cannot wait to hear all about that. So please do not move. Do not go anywhere. We are coming back right now.
Hashtag Being Live for Radio. The Underground.
Yeah. Stepping in the spot like she own it. Looking like the world is your runway. She can set it off like a gunplay. Oh my. Yeah. Talk of the city with the body. Always getting praised like it's Sunday.
Welcome back. We are actually celebrating different things today. And for me, I'm celebrating somebody that I kind of like very much, although they still owe me paint. So yes, birthday boy, I want my paint because they need to give me paint.
How does someone owe you paint?
It's a long story. It's paint that I was supposed to collect, but they never actually gave me the paint.
Just let bygones be bygones and let it pass.
I can't, because it's a thing that we both use.
In the Bible, I think after 7 years, if someone owes you something and they haven't paid you within that 7 years, you have to write the debt off.
Luckily, it hasn't been 7 years.
No, well, you're not a Christian, but I'm saying rather write it off because you see it's not happening. Probably the paint itself has dried up, manje. Right, so write it off, forgive, and let's move on. All right? So, birthday boy owes you paint,
Yes.
but fine, you'll give him a shout out nonetheless.
Yeah, I'll still give him a shout out even though he owes me paint. Like, you know what? I'm not going to let that come in between me celebrating a special day.
But that's crazy though. Imagine going down in history as that guy who owes Afriberry paint. Like, forgive him, man. Forgive him. Because I won't imagine and when I see him, if I happen to see him in
You've
public,
actually seen him.
I'm like, oh, so that's the guy that owes Afriberry paint. First impressions, yo. First impressions.
And you've actually seen this person. They were here last year for an interview, actually. So you've actually seen
Is that
the
him?
person. Yes, that's him. He's part of Sankla. So you've actually seen him. He was here last year when the guys had an interview here in the station.
So he's not the one that I think he is.
No.
You were too quick to say no.
Yeah, because I need to nip it in the bud. No, not the one.
That's suspicious, yo.
Not the one. This is
Okay.
the friend of the one.
So how does a friend owe you paint?
It's because last year when they had an event, I was supposed to originally get it.
Yeah.
And it was like a very pretty hectic thing because he knows where all the paints actually sit. And I never actually had the time to actually collect
Oh,
it.
sorry, face paint.
Yes.
As
Which
Nang
paint
Kabang-
are you talking about? Face paint.
But imagine I'm the Vooka Nation right now. Imagine I'm the Vooka Nation. Eh?
Imagining.
When you say paint, what's the first thing that comes to mind?
Yeah, I get it.
Nangiti, this guy owes you pende asendlini. You need to go paint your room.
No.
Oh, you mean this face paint for face art and okay, cool.
Yes, that's the paint that I'm talking about. So that's the paint that he owes me.
Okay.
Yes, that's the one. It's 8:33 and we're still giving you everything nice, making sure that you're always energized for the daily dose of positivity. Now let's head over to our YouTube comment section. We have our first comment coming in from our sister Uzi saying a very good morning, Vooka Nation, the Underground Radio DBN and the breakfast team. Sivugile on the sunny, beautiful day, Thursday morning. Hope you're all keeping well. Hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. And then she comes back again saying, wishing you all a blessed and splendid day. Thank you very much for that one. And then she also comes back again saying, on a scale of 5, I'm happy when they correct, aka reprimand me for things I reprimanded them because it means that they pay attention and call me out, yet it's embarrassing also when a child holds me accountable.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
It shows that you're doing a good job.
Yes,
Right.
all the
And if
teachers
they-
are going in.
But also, if they start taking on your not so good traits, you need to watch your steps. Yep.
Yeah, you definitely have to do that. But otherwise, it's always good to always take lessons from the kiddies and learn something different and also something new. Don't forget that you can also send us your comment under our YouTube channel using the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show, hashtag Sivugile, hashtag Vooka Nations. Or you can actually feel free to send us a text or maybe give us a call. Or also send us your morning pictures so we know how your morning looks today on 0604933226. That's 0604933226. And obviously, also not forgetting to say hi to the Underground Radio fam. We hope that you guys are also feeling amazing. And that you're doing okay and fantastic. Don't move. Stay tuned because we also definitely do have some amazing things in store for you. Like something that also happened in 1967. Now this one involves the government and the death of somebody who was standing up against the apartheid regime. Now on the 19th of March in 1967, the South African government admitted responsibility for the death of the African National Congress member Joseph Ndluli, who was aged 50 at that time, and agreed to pay damages to his family. Ndluli's widow filed a claim for loss of support against the Minister of Justice and Police, which settled out of court for 28,616 rand.
What an insult.
At that time, it was a lot of money. That's the difference. Because for us at this moment, 28,000 is nothing.
So Mokabanga, how much would it equate to in today's value?
I could probably maybe equate to around at least like 100,000, maybe, or 200.
So you go missing, and you're pronounced dead, and then your family gets paid 100K by SAPS.
It's not a lot. I felt like it should have been like a live payment actually, happening on a monthly basis.
Hence I'm saying it's an insult.
Yeah, it is. Eh? The Mdluli died from a neck injury while in detention at Durban Security Headquarters just a day after being arrested in connection with the 1976 Gwala treason trial. 4 security policemen, Mr. Frederick Van Zyl, Colonel A.R.C. Taylor, and Mr. Mandlek Ayese Patrick Mkaya, and Mr. Zebulon Ngobeze were charged with the culpable homicide. They claimed Mdluli had tried to escape and fallen over a chair, but a pathologist presented evidence contradicting this account. On the 25th of October in 1967, the 5th day of the trial, all 4 were acquitted due to insufficient evidence linking them directly to his death, and judge called for further investigation. Who trips and falls and breaks the neck over a chair? We know there's 1,000 ways to die, but it makes no sense.
Look, I mean, at the time, a lot of comrades went missing, and some of them didn't come back. So in this case, what pains me is that there were, as you can see, with the 4 accused, 2 of them are black people, right? So it goes to show, when they were talking about impi or turning against your own kind, we're talking about these individuals, Patrick as well as Zebulon and Ngobese.
Yeah, we definitely are.
Yeah. So something I'm not too happy about, because it just shows how divided we were amongst ourselves back then. And speaking of division, right? Winnie Mandela and Nelson also divorced on this day. Yep.
I did
Because
not know.
this happened in March 1996, where 38 years after their marriage, they were granted a divorce. So that's when Winnie and Mandela separated on this day. They call it quits. So if you're in a relationship and it's not working out, I mean, if Winnie and Datumati can do it, then guys, if it's not working, just call it quits, man. Call it quits. Yeah.
Because we all tried. Maybe the reason why it didn't work is because of the separation, Mandela in prison, and Winnie having to be out alone, out there, busy fighting the struggle. But then we won't actually know the true reason.
Yep.
But otherwise, it's something that was pretty sad and happened to our nation, because we all saw them as the power couple of South Africa, and that was pretty amazing.
Yeah, I mean, from their marriage, they had 2 kids. So Uzenani and Zinzi were born, right? Because they got married in 1958, but only spent a few years together. And that's when Mandela went to where he was sentenced as one of the Rivonia trialists in 1963. And then only years later, I think in 1991, that's when he was released. So it's 5 years later, that's when they had filed for divorce and actually went through with it. So there's rumors, Uguti, Winnie felt that it's not the same person that came back, and it's not that they divorced immediately after Mandela was released, but they spent a few years together, and she was like, it's not the same guy. And I don't expect him to be the same guy, because we're talking decades later, that's when they reunite, and not even sure if they had communication amongst themselves, because things were really hectic back then. So obviously he comes back as a new guy, and she's like, you're not the same guy. Now, question is, same guy, different guy in terms of ideologies, or because he will be different. Is it have you sold out? Is your thinking different? What's different? So we'll never know. Some of these things people take to the grave, and Naiwini, she's late now, so unless there's files, but we'll never know. But yeah, 1996 today, March the 19th, Nelson Mandela and Winnie divorced.
Imagine 2 years after being released. Oh, that's so sad. Not even 2 years after being released, 2 years into democracy. And they just
because he was released 1990. 1991.
I don't know my age. I just know that he got released before 1994. And then today we are obviously also celebrating the years and not forgetting the days that we're actually into the year. And today marks the 78th day into the year, with 287 days remaining before we say toodles 2026 and hello 2027.
Yep.
And we are still in the 41-week system that we have right now. So when I was still there, well, you still have time, depending on how fast is your pace when it comes to things. But otherwise, you definitely still do have time to make moves and make sure that you get whatever you get and achieve the goals that you've already set for yourselves for this year. And obviously not even forgetting that, because we always keep on celebrating different and amazing days that are celebrated nationally and internationally throughout the world. And today it's one day that is pretty amazing, something that people should always do each and every single time, and that's laugh. When was the last time you actually enjoyed laughing? Where you laughed so hard your stomach hurt, or you probably got like pain at the back of your head, or you just ended up crying because it was just pure enjoyment at that moment.
I once told a story when I used to live in Pretoria of a church I went to, and they had a service where when the Holy Spirit comes down, that particular Sunday, it was all about laughter. So the pastor went on to start the service, but the Spirit came down and we just started laughing the entire service, where people were on the floor rolling over. Now you might ask, what happened? Was there a joke that was cracked? No. The way I can explain, because it's something I experienced, is that the Spirit of God came through. And we know laughter is a cure. It's a medicine, right? So we were being cured through laughter. And we would just look at each other and just start cracking up. And then, because the whole church was just, up and laughing. So it's something I definitely know. But I still laugh quite a lot.
No, man, that's pretty interesting. For me, the last time I enjoyed a good laugh was on Tuesday when I was sitting with Slee there. So we had some pretty good laughs and it was pretty amazing.
I know you guys are same WhatsApp group, I know. Right?
What do you mean? No comment.
Wait, you're not same WhatsApp group? You're not? You're lying to me right now.
As I was saying, so the whole entire purpose of this day is to celebrate the universal power of laughter as a way to relieve stress, boost mood, and strengthen social bonds. And people can do this by encouraging others to share jokes, watch comedies, attend live performances, or simply laugh with friends and family. And it's also very nice because it also comes in with some great health benefits, which include lowering stress hormones, improving immune function, and creating shared joy across cultures. And the history about laughter is that it's pretty amazing. It's something that has been a part of human interaction since prehistoric times, likely serving as a bonding mechanism before language fully developed. The day reminds us to lighten up and embrace humor as the best medicine. And another day that we're also celebrating today, which is something that I also had yesterday, is a La Chocolata and Caramel Day. Now, I know this day is probably all for the ladies who love sweet things and not the things that are nice and sticky when it comes to the teeth. Now, the purpose of this wonderful and glorious day for me is that it honors the timeless pairing of rich chocolate and buttery caramel, a cornerstone of global confectionery. And then people can actually celebrate this amazing day by indulging in treats like caramel-filled chocolate bars, brownies with caramel drizzle, sundaes, milkshakes, or even coffee enhanced with the Gio. My favorite has to be the Steers ice cream with the caramel dip. Oof.
Okay.
I remember we used to have the stairs there at the engine garage in Meadowlands. I would always make sure that I had money for that caramel dip. And I'd wait for it to dry so I can just take a bite from it. And then after that, start eating the ice cream and then take another crunchy bite and then start eating the ice cream. It is one of my favorite things to do, especially when it comes to ice cream and caramel.
Now that's awesome. In terms of chocolate, I love chocolate, but I like a certain kind of chocolate. And it has to be at room temperature because I've got trauma, right? Growing up, we used to have Bruklaks to clean our intestines. So as a result, I just sort of didn't like dark chocolate because dark chocolate is quite similar, right? So I grew up liking white chocolate, guys. Not in that way. But I grew up liking white chocolate, and it's just that brown chocolate, there was just a whole lot of trauma. So then I leaned into caramel quite a lot. So I enjoy your caramel ice cream, dipped ice cream, and I like fudge as well because that's caramel as well. So yeah, I mean, if I had the funds, I'd go and get it right now. But yeah, and then the other thing with chocolate is chocolate ice cream. I don't like it.
It just don't hit the same.
A chocolate milkshake, I don't like it.
Not even for me. I'd rather have a Milo than a normal chocolate milkshake.
You see, even that Milo or hot chocolate, I'm not really for that as well. I mean, there and there I can, but yeah, no.
Oh man, that's unfortunate. Now, chocolate's deep, slightly bitter notes balance perfectly with caramel sweetness, gold richness, and creating indulgent desserts, which I also enjoyed worldwide. Now, the history about this it's that the observance highlights how this pairing evolved into a staple of both artisanal and mass-produced sweets, celebrated for its luxurious harmony. Now, that's an amazing and a perfect way of celebrating chocolate and caramel.
Remember that running joke of this lady that was talking to the boyfriend, and he asked, what kind of chocolate would you like? So she starts typing out Ferrero Rocher, but she realizes the spelling is wrong, and then eventually types, Top Deck. But she wanted a Ferrero Rocher. But on this day, we've got a minute and a half, right?
Yes.
Yeah. On this day, this guy, I love him. I love him because growing up on the big screen, man, Bruce Willis has graced our screens for God knows how long. So today he's turning 71 years old. So he was born on the 19th of March, 1955. So he's an American actor and producer, best known for one of Hollywood's most iconic action stars, celebrated worldwide for his role as John McClane in Die Hard film series, right? So happy birthday to him. And his rise to fame is that he broke out. His breakout role was as David Anderson in the TV series Moonlighting. So happy birthday to him and the guy that owes you paint.
Yes, and the guy that owes me paint is going to appear right now. Happy birthday to Karol Law from Sankla Experiment. He's the choreographer and also backing vocalist, part of Sankla Experiment. Wishing you a happy and blessed birthday. And today for his birthday, he's actually celebrating it somewhere. He has a performance that's happening at the, I can't even say that institute. It's written in German. I can't read German. But he's having a birthday celebration.
Where is that?
I can't even say. That's the problem. I can't read the word. I can't even say it. That's a problem for me.
What's up, fam? Chilling with your boy Mookee Maimane, aka Max for maximum temperature. I am the son of Mother Nature. Let's go.
Famous Naomi P. Umkabayi Gamakusazana.
Hang out with myself, the one and only MOOCEE List. My name is Moocee List. On the Vooka Breakfast Show.
Brothers and sisters!
Check this out. High definition radio. The Underground.
Shall we proceed?
And we are back at it again. We are back at it again. We are back at it again. And obviously, like I said, we were having a very hot take discussion when it comes to the world of degrees. Does it actually matter anymore?
You tell me. I think it does.
I don't have a degree, so for me, it doesn't.
It's like the rich saying money is not everything.
Yeah, you could say something like that because we are all raised on this very perfect idea that go to varsity, get a degree, and your life will be sorted. A degree was always sold as the golden ticket to stability, money, and obviously earning that respect that everybody would like to have. But then, statistically, so to speak, does it still make any sense? In this day and age?
Absolutely, it does because
Okay.
I was having a conversation with a friend of mine, and we were talking about school. So, sorry guys, I've been mentioning, my friend's daughter that was doing the whole debate. So next year she has to go to varsity, and we were talking about waiting for that 4 years to minimum 4 years to go to school, get a degree or diploma, whatever. But here's the difference. We said that whenever someone that has gone to school goes into the workplace, minimum, maybe let's say as an engineer or whatever, they will probably start off with a salary of about 30,000 Rand, maybe even take home of about 22,000 Rand. So if you ask me if it matters, yeah, it does, because she's 17 now. By the time she's 23, when she's working, she's earning 22,000, and then she starts building from there on. So I think it does. What do you think?
For me, I in a way, I don't actually think that it still makes sense. The reason being is because we have seen over the different years that we have a lot of people who are sitting at home with degrees and not being employed. And it is shown that most of the time, whatever you study is not always going to be the job or the career that you find yourself working in. Because sometimes you need to settle for less because that certain career or that certain degree you studied for, the job is no longer within the workspace itself.
Okay. So given the opportunity, would you go to school and get a degree?
Yeah, for me, I would, for one thing. Let me tell you why.
Okay, so what's the hot take here?
Okay, so
I need to
the hot
understand
take
that.
for me is basically why do we still have people getting degrees for jobs that'll be out of the field in the next 5 years? And then you find a person spending 5 or 3 years studying for something that'll be out of the workspace. So meaning that for me, a degree is something that our educational system needs to do away with making people or making degrees that are available for jobs that won't literally be available. We need to now start working with what is still going to be available for the future. So our country becomes a country that is self-sufficient, a country that does not keep on having high employment rates due to people studying for something that will not be around. Let's be realistic. As much as we have a tourist system here in South Africa, we do pull in tourists to come here in this side, but the sector is not even hiring. Most of the time
So what I'm understanding is that a degree is still something that's relevant. What you're saying is jobs that will be outdated. Okay.
Meaning that that's something that we shouldn't be studying for.
So what kind of fields do you think they should get rid of?
Not necessarily. Okay, get rid of, for example, let's be honest, the tourism sector hasn't been hiring a lot of people. It's very scarce as somebody who goes and studies tourism and you get a job. Reason being, the reason why I'm saying this is because last year when we went to Labour's Backpackers, one of the guys who basically went to go to France and learn French and study French just before the 2010 FIFA World Cup, literally told me that at this moment, finding a job as a tour guide is nie mantlik. It doesn't matter how much you studied or even the years of experience you have. It's hard to get into that sector. And sometimes you find yourself asking that maybe it's about time that I take on a new career field because this one, it is there, but you can't actually get in. And you find yourself asking yourself, what was the actual point for me to even study tourism when right now we're still taking in tourists, yet you can't even find a job in the tourism sector?
So it might mean, Oguti, being a tour guide, it's crowded at the bottom.
It is.
Right? But I think in May, if I'm not mistaken, the bushfire in Swaziland is taking place. That's tourism right there, right? When we had the FIFA World Cup, that's tourism at play. We're still going to have the ladies come here in studio because they do visas, right? People are traveling because they're also planning on going to watch the FIFA World Cup in the US. I do hope it happens so that they do come back and tell us stories as South Africans going to the US. But that's tourism happening right there. The guy that stays in your neighborhood, the one that does these tours, I mean, he created his own tours, right? We've got Tutolopilo Tours where he does the whole tourism thing where you take people from one place to the next. On the show, we show people destinations that they need to travel to. So I think all of this is tourism. Now, imagine if we get rid of tourism, then what's going to happen? Because, for example, in Durban alone, and please, guys, this is something that it's not fully researched, but I think last year we were talking about the amount that Durban gets to make around the December season, right? So I don't know. If you say tourism must be reinvented, perhaps.
Reinvention.
But getting rid of it is, I don't know.
I think...
But I still think a degree is relevant in my case. Yes, go to school, do this, but I still think a degree is relevant.
Yeah, it still is, but let's be honest. For me, I think maybe it's probably the whole fact that we have so many graduates that have studied, but yet they're still finding a lot.
So given the opportunity to get a degree, would you get it?
I wouldn't get a degree. I'd rather get a diploma.
Okay, go
Unfortunately
to school,
for me, for example, I did tell you guys that I would love to become an ECD educator. Unfortunately, that requires a person to have a degree.
No,
but if I did not need one...
But it's outdated. Getting a degree.
But if I did not need one, I wouldn't have to go to school and actually get one because let's be honest, these days, almost anything that you want to go and study for in school, it's things that you can learn right now through social media, through AI. It's things that don't necessarily need you to have a certificate that says I graduated from what college or I graduated from this and this university at this moment.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, it's just that one. But otherwise, in all honesty, if it was not a must for me to work in that field with a degree, I wouldn't go back to school. I'm more of a practical learner than a theoretical one.
And then you drop kids.
Njani, bro.
I get you didn't go to school to take care of kids.
Bruh, no, man. Njani, bruh. No, not like that, man. I don't mean it like that. But otherwise, no, I don't want to lie. It's something that, not for me, man.
With your boy, Moocee, my man, aka Max for maximum temperature. I am the son of Mother Nature. Let's go.
Famous Naomi P. Umkabayi Gamakosazana.
Hang out with myself, the one and only MOOCEE list. My name is Moocee List. On the Vooka Breakfast Show.
From this world, running on a hamster wheel, but searching for something I can't feel. I just wanna be a lost girl and fly. Take a breath, feel my wings spread, levitate above the ground and make eye contact with clouds. Now I'm rising, I'm soaring above.
Getting you back with your news update or news recap in case you missed them at the top of the morning. On our first news headline, John Hlophe reinstated as MK Deputy President. Dr. John Hlophe has been reinstated as Deputy President of the Mkhonto weSizwe Party after an internal investigation cleared him of wrongdoing. The party says the probe found no evidence to support allegations made. The party says they found no evidence of support allegations made against him. Hlophe had been suspended from his leadership roles while the matter was investigated. MK party leaders say the decision follows legal evidence and internal consultations. Hlophe will also return as the party's parliamentary leader with immediate effect. And then after, we're also heading over to your second news recap. And your second news recap And your second news recap is the wage deadlock rises Easter transport fears. Wage talks between the South African Transport and Allied Workers Union, SATAU, and employers have reached a deadlock. The union says a certificate of non-resolution has been issued, opening the door for protest action. SATAU warns this could disrupt transport services during the busy Easter weekend. The dispute affects key transport sectors and could impact commuters and holiday travelers. The union says workers are demanding fair wage increases while employers argue costs are high. No final agreement has been reached yet. On your third news recap, we shall all die. Mkhwanazi speaks at political killings. On political killings, the KwaZulu-Natal Police Commissioner, Lieutenant General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi, says he spoke the truth about political killings, knowing it could cost him his life. Appearing before Parliament, Mkhwanazi said fear would not stop him from exposing corruption and interference in investigations. He admitted the risk to himself and family, but said death is inevitable for everyone. His comments highlight the dangerous environment facing officers who investigate political matters and the deep challenges confronting South Africa's criminal justice system. Now that's all for news headlines. And Mr. B, that's all for news headlines, and we still have some more amazing things that we're going to be talking about. And the other one is apology. Is apology and inflation, or maybe it's just something that is just becoming too cheap? We know that a lot of people do come around and say, I am sorry. But do they actually mean I am sorry?
Well, I don't know, but I can tell through your gestures that you're probably not being genuine. And there are small things like if you bump into me and you say sorry, like, okay, cool. But then if it's deep, you can't just give me that kind of an apology. So I think it depends. But at this age, I'm able to tell if an apology is genuine. But I do have a formula for apologizing, so I'll share that with the Vooka Nation.
A formula?
Yeah, a formula, because when you're apologizing to someone you're romantically involved with, it's going to be different. If you're apologizing to a child, it's going to be different. So it's a formula, mathematics. Yeah, well, this plus this equals that.
Okay, I kind of get you on that one, because I can't apologize to somebody that I'm seeing the same way I apologize to my mom. There's different standards and different ways of apologizing. Yeah. And how I apologize to my son won't be the same as me apologizing to my mom. So
you can sing to your son, to your mom, right? But with someone else like your colleagues, you can't do the same.
Now that's very true. Now, Vooka fam, let's take the balance on your social bank. Have you noticed how sorry has become the loose change in our conversations? We toss it at someone when we bump into them in a taxi. We texted when we are 20 minutes late, and we use it as a get out of jail free card in our relationships. But there's a problem when everyone is handing out sorries like flyers at a traffic light. Does the word actually buy anything anymore? And today we're talking about an apology inflation. Has the most powerful word in our language officially become cheap?
It has for certain people, but gimme, what I've experienced is that there are people that I hold accountable. Gimme, especially my circle of friends, family, and even acquaintances. So if I don't know you, I wouldn't expect it, right? And for someone that drives, you will see this a lot with road rage, where there are people that would ask and thank you. If they did something wrong, they will apologize, right? But I don't really expect much from them. So I can't say for them it has become cheap. But if it's someone that's close to you and you can see which they're using this word willy-nilly, then for that individual, for me, it has become cheap.
No, I can see that one. Now, let's talk about the reflexive repair. Now, you're in an argument, you're hurt, you're explaining why, and before you can even finish your sentence, the other person hits you with a flat robotic, okay, sorry.
Do you do that?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
I won't lie, yes, I do.
Okay, cool.
I'm going to own up to that one. Yes, I do. There's some people who have received my robotic sorry at that moment.
So do you think apology inflation is a thing then?
Yes, it is.
Do you contribute towards inflating it?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I'm going to be honest and own up to it. I do. I do know how to give a sincere apology. And sometimes at that moment, because I want to also put out, maybe we're probably having an argument that has two sides of the coin, but at that moment, the other person wants to be heard the most. Then yes, I'll probably just put it down and just say, okay, sorry. But you know what?
Is that sincere though?
It's not, but right now we're taking a break and we'll be back with more.
There's your boy Moocee, my man, aka Max for maximum temperature. I am the son of Mother Nature. Let's go.
Famous Naomi P. Umkabayi Gamakusazana.
Hang out with myself, the one and only MOOCEE Mist. My name is Moocee Mist. On the Vooka Breakfast Show.
On the Vooka Breakfast Show, as you know, and we're all talking about everything that has to do with apology, everything that has to do with apologizing and how robotic it is.
Yeah. And
as Mr. B, you were saying that, yes, I do contribute to the apology inflation. I do not want to lie.
Yeah.
I shall not tell any lies. I shall be honest. I do contribute to it, and I will fully own up to the fact that I do have a robotic I am sorry at that moment, especially if one person only wants to be heard and they're not also willing to listen to another person's side of the story. Then at the moment, I'm like, you know what? Arguing or trying to put out my point at this moment, it's pretty pointless. So, askis.
Okay. And then, do you sometimes recognize Uguti, but this person is right, and I gave them the cold apology?
Yes, I'm old. Yes, I do.
Okay, so it's not about what they're doing; it's about what you're doing.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
At that moment, if it's because you also need to also sit down with oneself and also be pretty realistic about some things. So sometimes if you know that you did wrong, then yes, owning up to it is not a bad thing, and it is not also a sin.
Yeah.
And sometimes it feels like a door slamming in your face, doesn't it?
It does, because if someone gives you that cold apology, you can tell, Uguti, this is being done to dismiss or to put out the fire. Because stats say that 80% of people admitted that they gave that apology just to get away from an uncomfortable situation, or just to turn down the situation, So I know I've done it, but sometimes we find ourselves in these situations where it's necessary because it might just escalate. Yep.
That's definitely true. And like you said, a 2025 global survey found that 80% of people admit that they say sorry just to end the discomfort, not because they actually reflected on their actions.
Yeah.
We're using the word as a shield to protect our ego rather than a bridge to fix the connection.
Yeah, yep. Look, with road rage, because we've seen stories of people that have been gunned down, being hurt, it's some situations it's wise to rather take the back seat just to avoid conflict, because it doesn't make sense, because the dynamic between politeness and power, in some cases, it really doesn't resonate. I think in the work environment where we know we are civil with each other, if you believe that the next person is wrong, then sure, you can stand your ground and plead your case. But let's say you're at a club setting, someone steps on you and it's like, yeah, wenzani, just walk away.
Chechela morao. There's nothing wrong with that one. So sometimes learning to step out of a very uncomfortable situation and maybe acting like the clown is not something that is wrong, because at that moment you're also protecting yourself from something that could be very dangerous in the end. Now we're also going to be talking about politeness versus power. But you know what? There's also something very different with people when they just say sorry for the small stuff, and actually saying sorry for the small stuff is actually good for society, or is it a false start to real accountability? On the other hand, we use sorry as a social lubricant, and it keeps the day moving smoothly when we make tiny mistakes. Because at that moment we feel like just saying sorry be fine, and then everything just moves on. And it's not always the case, because if it's not sincere, it's hard to move on with the day or move on like nothing ever happened. But also on the other hand, sorry is supposed to be a sacred commitment. The contract is sharp. Are you apologizing to repair the relationship or just to escape the conversation? Sometimes you just apologize to escape the conversation. Because at that moment it feels pretty awkward, and now I need to be on the defense and you're also on the offense or something like that, and it becomes a big problem because sometimes people just tend to become too defensive, and instead of standing on their ground they just say, you know what, sorry, just to skip the whole entire conversation. But when sorry becomes your default settings, you start being the main character who takes responsibility and start being the character who just wants to avoid the unwritten rules of the consequence.
Yeah, because when being called to account and the only thing you can say is sorry, man, that's escaping the confrontation to come and account for, right? So as mentioned earlier, that there is a formula for apologizing, and this is something that I think I learned on my own, because when you're on the other end of the stick, where you're the one that's being hurt, there are things that you would like the other individual to recognize, because a sorry is just not a sorry, but one would have to say what you are sorry for. And it's something that I also teach the little ones, that it's not enough for you to say I'm sorry, but you need to say, look, I am sorry because I did 1, 2, and 3. By saying that, at least you're acknowledging what it is that you are sorry for. Because I've had conversations in the past where some of these things can become entangled, or conversations can become entangled, because the nuances is so small that people fail to recognize what it is that I'm seeking an apology for. Because let's say I did something or I spoke something that is not wrong, but then what I did just happens to land differently. I'm not apologizing for what I said. I'm apologizing of how it made you feel. And it does require some level of understanding for one to sort of get where I am, but I'm not sorry of what I said. I still mean what I say, but because it made you feel this way, you know? So that's the first part. When you're apologizing, say what it is you're apologizing for, so that we both know that we're on the same page. Because
That's definitely
if you
true,
just say
hey?
sorry, then that's it. It's try.
Yeah, it makes no sense, eh? And then the different styles for apologizing. There's the over-apologizer. Sorry, I'm breathing. They apologize for things they didn't even do. To them, sorry is a safety blanket. They value peace over precision. And then we also do have the action only type. Don't tell me, show me. They hate the word. They believe sorry is a lie unless it's followed by a 180-degree turn. They value results over regret.
Absolutely, yeah.
And then we also do have the amazing Vooka standard, the meaningful map. They know that a real apology has 3 points: the word, the reason, and the change. They value integrity over ease.
Yep, absolutely. So the last one, that's where I was at, where you say what you are sorry for and provide the reason if you have to. But also in a corner, you could be skating on thin ice, because for some, they might feel like you're justifying, right? But then ultimately, it has to be followed through by actions. And because it's Spiritual Thursdays, you know, in the Bible, when it talks about one repenting, it's not just you confessing your sins, but it's about you changing your ways after you have repented. So if you're going to apologize or ask for forgiveness and then still continue in your ways, then that's not a full repenting.
It's definitely not, because by you saying sorry for a specific thing, you also need to be able to change your ways obviously from what you did, because if you do not change, then you truly were never actually sorry about what you did. So Vooka Nation, here's my question. Do you think sorry has lost its power in your life? Or who is that one person who says sorry 100 times a day but never actually changes their way? And let me know, what on the flip side, what is the most real apology you've actually ever received in your life? So right now, I'll be taking a very nice and quick break, and we'll be coming back with some more entertaining things made for you.
Check this out.
High definition radio. The underground.
Shall we proceed?
Yo, check this out.
Durban streets, what's poppin'?
It's the Vooka.
Vooka Breakfast Show.
Monday to Friday.
What's up, fam? You chilling with your boy Moocee Maimane, aka Max for maximum temperature. I am the son of Mother Nature. Generator. Let's go.
My name is Naomi P. Umkabayi, Gamakusazana.
Hang out with myself, the one and only MOOCEE Mist. My name is Moocee Mist. On the Vooka Breakfast Show.
Now, we always know that there's always something interesting that's happening out there in terms of the world of entertainment. And we know that our celebrities never leave us with a single dull moment. And now I'm talking about the one and only Rachel Khaleesi. Because the amazing thing that she did is that she decided to keep...
It's amazing.
Oh, it's a fantastic, it's a pretty interesting thing that she decided to do. She decided to keep Siya Khaleesi's surname after divorce, which I think is a bit weird.
I thought you said it's amazing.
Okay.
No, I'm joking.
Okay.
But why do you think it's weird though?
It's weird because the ties have officially been broken. So meaning that you don't necessarily have to keep his surname. The kids can keep the surname because that's their father. But why are you still keeping the surname?
Did she say why?
Like, I'm still wondering. No, don't worry. She did actually mention why.
Okay.
So Rachel Khaleesi has explained why she is actually keeping Siya Khaleesi's surname after their 2024 divorce. She says the decision is about protecting her children and avoiding repeated scrutiny when traveling. Rachel also pushed back against pressure to move on, saying she is content and thriving in her own lane. But the kids can still be protected even if you change your surname.
No.
How come?
So you've got this beautiful white parent and she's traveling with her kids, passport, everything in place. And they ask you, are these your kids? You're like, yeah, they're my kids. Okay, let's compare passports. Ngapa it says, what's her maiden surname? Rachel, right? It says
yes.
Rachel. And then Ngapa, it's the kids, Khaleesi. It's like you stole these kids. So that's what she means by protecting the kids. Yeah.
Okay, in a way, I can actually kind of see that. But then it also goes back to say, to actually show that the world is still very backwards when it comes to thinking. I'm like, they're colored. So obviously, they're mommy. But it also ties down some people. Okay, let me put out my reason first. It also ties down women who maybe probably are ready to move on from certain relationships and get married again. Because that means that if I remarry and I marry a Van der Merwe, instead of marrying another black guy, it might be a problem when I come with my kids to the airport because they are Khaleesi and I'm Rachel Van der Merwe.
Look, if as a guy, because in society we're the ones that take your guy's hand in marriage, it's something I have to deal with individually, or not individual, but as the couple, right? So you would have probably seen also that surnames do carry power and they can work in your favor. So if I were to meet a Mandela, I'd probably have a hard time convincing them to fully change their surname and not have a double barrel because of business decisions as well. But yeah, I think to each their own. If they decide Uguti, it's fine. You can have a double barrel using another man's surname. That's on you as a man. I know I wouldn't do it, but there are guys that would do it because there's guys that have also accepted a loan, to pay lobola, or the woman just, secretly passes on leo mali leo. So it's a decision they have to make, but it's something that's not happening quite often, that it changes the fabric of how men and women relate to each other with surnames and changing names and all of that. But for me, it makes perfect sense. So if it works for her business-wise to keep the surname, I say do it. To protect your kids, I still say do it. For other reasons, well, I don't know. Maybe Bangabuyelana, we never know.
Hey, Siya is out there living his life like it's golden. I doubt he's probably going to go back and date Rachel again, because if you've seen his latest social media posts, he's out there enjoying life, traveling, doing solo dates, and that's something amazing for him. So we'll just have to wait and see.
Is there another woman in the picture?
I'm not quite sure.
Okay, but if he's doing solo dates... I
do not want to lie. I'm not actually quite sure about that one.
Yeah, if he's doing solo dates, he's just, finding himself, right? Yeah.
No, man, that's amazing for him.
Look, for him, bro, you had this white chocolate, got nice caramel kids.
Vanilla.
Right, so yeah, I don't know, because remember there was a time when as a family, Rachel went with the kids to go and see a play. I think it was in France, I believe. And South Africa was asking questions. We were okay, but like, what's going on? But like, guys, look, the kids want to go see their dad, so who else can take them there, right? And they also had a discussion. We're going to co-parent, and during this whole process, we need to make sure that the kids see us united, despite what's happening, right? So I say good for her.
Good for her, man, because Rachel Khaleesi actually revealed this on 947 FM that keeping a surname helps reduce challenges when traveling with the children. She also said that people often question whether the children are hers, especially because of differences in skin color.
Exactly.
Changing her surname, she explained, would likely increase the difficulties rather than ease them. Now, we also do know that Rachel and Siya Khaleesi married in 2016 and announced their divorce in 2024. And Siya Khaleesi has since been publicly linked to Nigerian Dutch model Rachel John. Oh yes, he's dating another Rachel. Funny. Rachel has
linked to dating.
There have been some pictures actually with the both of them, like, you know, some not pictures as friends, but like some pretty intimate pictures. You see, like we would see, like, these are couple vibes, yeah, on the chikinyana, and he's never actually done that even before Rachel. Like, there's a picture of Siya kissing somebody else or receiving a kiss from another female.
I think we should be careful, more especially, you know, for us that are in front of the camera and in the public space. We need to be considerate, like Rachel. The fact that she's keeping her surname to avoid questions and scrutiny. Also, when you're in the public space, there's certain things you should or should not do to avoid scrutiny. Yeah.
I hear that. So right now we'll be back and we're going to take a short break and come back with more exciting celebrity news.
We stayed up till the morning, talking till the first light of dawn. Just like fate without no warning, it hit me so hard. Oh, I'm so sorry, girl, I didn't mean to. I done messed it up again. I'm sorry if I crossed the line. What am I supposed to do right now? Baby, I'm falling for you. What I would do for you to love me too. No, I can't hide it no more. What I would do for you to love me too. Try to tell what you were thinking, what you might feel for me. And I know that we've been out drinking. Maybe this ain't for real. Oh, I'm so sorry, girl, I didn't mean to.
So I've got a bone to pick, né? And you know, in mathematics, something that you said you are great at. Earlier, when we played the game, you said you were awesome with mathematics.
No, but that was a scam.
No, yeah, sure. But you said you were great. So, speaking of celebrities and dating and all of that, you know, in mathematics, we can reduce probabilities and try and suss out the most likely one by eliminating, like the process of elimination. Okay, so it's fine. It's all math talk, né? So my bone to pick is that I don't know if you realized, Guti, the guy that owes you face paint, ne? Because you somehow declared, that's not him. Obviously, we know the guys. And we know this one is seeing this one, and this one is seeing this one. And if it's not this one, then it's that one. You know that, right?
What exactly is your point?
My point is, because you are in the public space and they are in the public space, kanjalo nje we know ukuthi whose surname are you taking? That's if you will.
Mewantika ngicela ungiyeke please. Why urata mgosi so?
What I to when ukhuluma ngabo Sia manje nabo Rachel.
Ay, lo
to Sia hey is dating this. What is it? Is it a Russian? Sorry,
Nigerian.
Dutch. Yeah, when ungena phi lapho.
Lo mgosi everywhere. Mina ngikho famous that much ukuthi umuntu angazi umgosi wami shami.
Okay. But anyway, I know, man. I know. So anyone that wants to find out, come to me. I'll create a dedicated show.
For what?
I get when you talk about other individuals.
Yeah, for what? But you know what, just before we continue, we're gonna head over to our YouTube comment section and read out some of the amazing comments that have been coming through. We have Uzinzi. She came back with a comment saying, we're starting off with Umam Tembi. She came up with a comment saying, a very good morning, Mavoga, Underground Radio DBN team, and of course, our best energetic V team, hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show, hashtag Sivugile. She came back up again saying, it's a beautiful sunny Thursday morning, hashtag rise and shine. And then Uzi came back saying, talking about the girl not knowing how to spell Herrera Rocher. You remind me of the girl who asked her boyfriend for lunch. She wanted to write Debonair's pizza. The boyfriend asked her to spell it. She then said, no, I don't want pizza now. So she opted for KFC because she didn't know how to write Debonair's pizza. And then we also have another comment from Mam Tembi coming in, and she says, happy blessed spiritual day, stay safe and take care of yourself. And then we also do have a comment coming in from Moocee saying, easier said than done. Taking accountability is a very challenging thing for a lot of people. The word has been reduced to its lowest form. People barely ever fully recognize what they're sorry for, and that's actually very true. A lot of the time people just say sorry, but without actually acknowledging why you're even saying sorry or why you are actually sorry at that moment. So we also need to go back, sit back, and also analyze the things that we're actually sorry for so that it comes out with sincerity instead of just the word we are saying out and about.
Sorry that I mentioned I know who you're dating. Sorry.
I want sincerity.
Psych, I lied.
Sincerity.
Psych, I lied. So there's no sincerity in that. But I'm going to do a special on Afri's person because she just spilled beans without knowing it, right? Anyway, because we all slip up, well. Or you say something and you realize by me saying Uguti, I was at that place at this time. You can put two and two together. But anyway, in other news, right? Jackie Pamutsi, the author of Bari, some say Bear, but I think Kibari slams Nadia Nakai and Nasty C's really as nonsense in a viral rant. So she's known as that girl that talks about all things concerning the dark world of,
the industry,
girls,
the entertainment industry,
yeah, exactly,
girls within it.
Right. So she takes the position and a point of view where she directly addresses this. Sometimes she might not mention names, but you can put two and two together through the process of elimination that I think she's speaking about this particular individual. But here, she's basically disappointed that Nadia Nakai and Nasty C, they put together a song which is bubblegum music. So from seasoned artists, she was expecting better.
And in all honesty, I don't even know that they released a song. I'm still trying to catch up on the fact that Nadia Nakai and Tos are dating. So I'm still very far behind, but I'm waiting for you to preach and also teach me and spell the tea.
Yeah, I mean, look, the fact whoever she's dating, but the responsibility of a seasoned artist coming out with music that is, number one, matches where they are in their career, right? It should be synonymous to where you are. I mean, I've heard like Amapiano songs that, yes, the message is just, not giving. But from two seasoned musicians, basically Nadia in this case says that Nasty C and Nadia have built reputations on sharp bars and strong storytelling, which is why Pamutsi's comments struck a nerve and reopened a long-standing debate in SA hip-hop about substance versus commercially driven feel-good music. While some fans echoed her disappointment, others pushed back, saying the song is intentionally light, fun, and aimed at a younger audience. And this is also a catch-20 situation because we've seen that artists can do whatever to survive. And if it makes sense for them to produce such kind of music in order for them to get the bag, they'll do it, right? So I don't know if this is coming from a biased place of saying, look, you need to produce music like this, but at the same time, if I do produce music like this, I might not get the bread because people don't like conscious. People don't like, things that are uplifting. So it's a catch-20, but if you haven't listened to the song, go ahead, go to Spotify. The song is called Really. Nasty C as well as Nadia Nakai.
I get that. That's pretty interesting, but I do know that we have more than one juicy story that we are headlining tonight or today. But right now we're going to take a short break and then come back with more stories.
I get it now. Life is taking enough from me. Think I just need security. Yeah. So crazy how anything can happen. Hedging my bets so desperately. Building sand castles on the calm seas. Looking for a guarantee. For mistakes, it's the illusion of control. Can't take it with you when you go. And holding on won't help it grow. Can't take it with you when you go. When you go, when holding on won't help you grow, help you grow. Can't take it with and take it with you when you go. Might as well learn to lose control. Maybe I can trust and just let go. Learn to lose control. Maybe I can trust and just let.
Now, you see, one thing that we've always noticed in life is that apologizing is not always just the easy thing to do. So we are back talking about the whole apology as inflation, because I think people need to fully understand how apologizing without sincerity actually hurts people's emotions. This is an emotional thing that happens between two people. It's almost like telling a girl that you've met for the first time, you know, like, hey, baby girl, I love you, or I like you. The sincerity that comes with those words when you apologize for something that you did means a whole lot to the next person, especially owning up to what you messed up on. That's why most people actually do not see the difference or do not spot what is actually happening or why people actually would want an apology. It's because they're not taking accountability of the thing that they did wrong. Hence, the apology that will come in there would lack sincerity. Accounting for what you did wrong and learning from your mistakes is what actually and truly really matters.
It does, absolutely, because timing plays a huge role as well. There are individuals that if you come at them whilst passions are still high, then they might not receive you quite well because you are putting your point across to say, look, this is how you hurt me. And the timing might not be the best, or the location might not be the best. So, and here, remember, we're talking about people that are in your circle. So you probably know when is the best time to approach them about a certain topic. And if they want to process the information and come back a bit later to apologize, you know your person. So sometimes I've seen where we want an apology up front immediately. And if you take stats, you probably have seen Moocee, the person whom you're requiring an apology from likes to first process the information and then they come back later, right? Then I think in that case, probably allow them that time. But also, it is the responsibility of that individual to say, look, I've heard you. I'm just processing it and I'll come back to you. Because if they leave you hanging, it will make you feel otherwise. Nakon. So, look, Afri, I hear you, okay? I hear you. I didn't recognize. Let me just process it a bit more. I'll come back to you and we'll talk about it. And then eventually when the person does come back and apologize, you can tell that they gave it enough thought and it's something that they've allowed it to brew a little bit. So an immediate apology, yes, for most individuals, but I think a deep and sincere one means that you have somehow thought about it. And then the second thing I'll mention here is the ability to put yourself in someone else's shoes. It is a mental exercise where you have to somehow understand, if I were in their position and I did exactly the same thing, how would I feel, right? I'm not saying you're going to be perfect. There's no way that you're always going to be on the right side of the fence. But if you do find yourself having impacted someone negatively in a bad way, or you've hurt them, then that exercise of putting yourself in their shoes, like just try and walk a mile in their shoes to understand where they're coming from, would be a good exercise. And the quicker you can do it, the quicker you can resolve the situation at hand. You know, I've been in situations where personally myself, I try and put myself in other people's shoes, and sometimes even if I do put myself there, it still doesn't make any sense. So one still has to be genuine, but also in apologizing, I could or may say, look, I can see that this thing hurts you, and I'm deeply and terribly sorry for that. I still don't understand why. Because I was talking to a friend, maybe someone I met a while ago, or even before we started dating, or, you know, something like that. And because there are people that also fail to regulate their own emotions. And just because you don't have friends, you expect me not to have friends. We had this conversation a while back where we were talking about the opposite sex, where you've got friends in the same circles, right? And because I've got friends that I met before you, now that we are dating, there are some things that you want me to cut off, like cut off my female friends, and it's something that I'm not willing to do. So as a result, you get jealous and you get hurt. But if we truly sit down and explore why you're being hurt, it's because your emotional radar, it just needs work. Your compass just needs work, but you shouldn't be feeling jealous for such a thing, right?
True that.
But I'll still apologize. I'm sorry this is how it made you feel, but please understand, Uguti, these are my friends and these are people in my circles, and I do interact with them. Sure, we can draw boundaries, but I'll apologize, but still explain. And I understand how this can sit with the next person to say, look, you're justifying, right? You're justifying. So I understand it's a very intricate game, but in as far as apology inflation, people use that word loosely. So just like I love you.
Yeah, that's very true. Because you know what? I think it's because most people do have a problem with taking accountability, and it also does down to people learning to be accountable for their actions. And for example, one thing that I've also been doing with my little brother is teaching him to basically take accountability for his action at a very young age. Some people, maybe they were just spoiled growing up and they never had to take any accountability for anything that they did. It was never seen as bad. It was never too good. So hence for them, even when they apologize, it's something that they just say willy-nilly without actually thinking about the actual repercussions that may come back after that willy-nilly apology they made.
Look, it's not an easy thing to step up and admit. So for someone that does, and genuinely so, props to them. One thing I have seen is that with kids, yes, we teach them all of these things, but I've seen that there are adults that are still acting like kids. Are you saying you're one of them?
Yeah, but for me,
in other words, you don't take accountability.
I do. For me, I'm an adult because I won't stop watching animation, and it's something that my grandmother cannot get rid of. No, but when it comes to accountability, yes, I do apologize. For example, when Fifi and the guys were here, they were my witnesses that if I spoke to them very harshly out of nowhere, I would come back. That's why you find me spending more time at the back. I would go back and like, you know what, I'm sorry that I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I was frustrated because I already told you guys that it needs to be done this type of way, and you guys didn't say anything. But sorry for snapping your heads. But you know what? And then after that, we'd just sit and relax and do something else.
So you'd snap at them
over things that they didn't do.
Okay.
Not and just.
And if someone does the same to you,
I keep my head down because at that moment I know that I'm wrong. If they snap at me, I know that I'm wrong.
Okay, now I get you. But
yeah, but like anybody.
But what I was referencing is that there are adults that still stay in their kid years in terms of behavior, apologizing, and recognizing that what I just did here will hurt the next person, right? They don't recognize it, they don't see it. There are times where I do see it, but still remain to keep quiet or not to acknowledge it, because this thing could be a layered effect where, more especially in relationships, I know I'm wrong, I need to apologize, but because of what you did or you don't apologize, Nami, I won't. But if it were a case of, okay, this is a relationship we have where when one is wrong, they admit and step up. But because of what's happening, it's like, Nama won't apologize. You know? So that's the one behavior that I think all of us, if we do have it, we need to curb it. Yeah. But those two things that I mentioned in terms of timing, where you've got a way of determining when to apologize or waiting for a person to apologize. It shouldn't be forever, of course. Yeah. And then the other one is understanding Uguti. Whenever you apologize, you have to be, you have to mention what it is that you're apologizing for. And just like, repenting, you then need to change your ways after that.
Ooh, God. But I think probably one of the biggest things that people are struggling with is repenting. Because some people will tell you that it's easy for me to apologize than try to change myself. Some people find it very difficult to deal with change, or change from what they used to be or who they are to become much more better and greater versions of themselves. So sometimes the only thing that they can do at that moment is learn to apologize. But you know what? Very soon we'll be taking a break and coming back with some more things just before we close off the show and obviously feed you more.
Chilling with your boy Moocee Maimane, aka Max for maximum temperature. I am the son of Mother Nature. Let's go.
My name is Naomi P.
Hang out with myself, the one and only MOOCEE Mist. My name is Moocee Mist. On the Vooka Breakfast Show.
It's time for us to get jiggy with it, because I can get quarter to weekend, and we know that a lot of people will be coming back and having fun, because it's quarter to weekend. It's almost time for people to go out and have fun and relax. But I do know that one thing that I'm looking forward to for Saturday is my brother's birthday. Like I said, he'll be turning 22 this year. I just hope that he's not drowning because he's in Limpopo. Especially when we talk
floods,
about
right?
the floods.
Yeah, exactly.
So I do hope that he's okay, he's safe.
When
where
last did you speak with him?
The last time I spoke to him was like, I think the beginning of March. He has a tendency
Call him
of
to find out if he's safe.
Yeah, I know, because I called my dad on Monday, so he did say that he's okay. He just has a tendency of disappearing on socials, like the other sibling, the daughter.
So is this your dad, biological dad, or
godfather?
Oh, okay.
Yes, I am very, 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 very invested in life like that. I have a godfather.
So the gentleman that was celebrating his birthday
on Monday.
On Monday.
Yeah, that was my godfather.
Oh, that's him. He's in Limpopo now.
No. The gentleman that was celebrating his birthday on Monday was my godfather. The person that's celebrating his birthday on Saturday is his son. And he's in Limpopo because he's studying in Limpopo.
Right, so you called the dad.
Yes.
Okay, cool. No
on
problem.
Monday to also wish him a happy birthday. And I also hope that he had a great day and enjoyed it. He was busy stuffing his face. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Look, another thing that's also happening this weekend is that our very own, right now she's not in the comments because this coming Sunday, Miss Q will be laying her mother to rest. In fact, she's our mother, right? Someone that I knew personally, and I loved her energy. Mama Q, Miss Q.
I've never had the chance to meet her, but I've never had the chance to be blessed enough to meet her.
You know, there are people that are just kind, it's like there's no room.
They ooze
There's
kindness.
no room for any other thing except for kindness, because there's this saying that life, there's no vacuum. You can't find any vacuum in life where it's things that are not occupied, because as soon as there's a gap or a space, something will come and fill it. So with her, she was full to the brim with kindness. Yeah. Anyway, but so this coming Sunday, so that's when the burial is taking place. So obviously from Saturday, yeah, but you know, condolences, Ms. Q. We spoke, on Monday as well. So yeah, that's how the weekend is looking like. Yeah.
Oh man, sorry for Ms. Q. And we do hope that you find comfort, hope, the strength to also carry on, but also not forget the amazing memories that you have shared with your mother, because at this moment we just need to also rejoice for everything that we have shared throughout life, because we all know but we do hope that you find solace in the word of God, and you find solace in church, and you also do find a bit of comfort in there, knowing that there are people out here who are spreading love to you and supporting you. If you need somebody to talk to, Mr. B is here, Moocee is here, we are all here, and we'll be sending out our love to you.
Koketo's here.
That's why I said we are all here.
I mentioned him by name.
Koketo is here.
Mo is here.
Mo is here. Yeah. Dumsan is here. Juju is here. We are all here. Everybody's here to send out all our love and support, and we do hope that everything goes well over the weekend. And that is my final take on everything. What's your final take, Mr. B?
Live, love, and learn. See you guys tomorrow.
See you guys tomorrow. We hope that you guys enjoy your Thursday.
I remember when I used to. Don't do it cause it doesn't work. I'd rather tell her, shoot your shots. I did it, so I know you got this. We're all